So I read Reading Law by Antonin, Scalia, and Garner, and luckily a friend was nice enough to recommend it to me. And reading through it, it's I cannot tell if it's meant to be a textbook or not, but it reads very well. It reads very easily for a law book. I mean, I know I can read just about anything where most people will be incredibly bored, but I found it interesting. I found it to be well written in the sense that it wasn't boring. And the book is laid out with all these different, like there's something like 70 something chapters, and each one of them is about like 1 to 6 pages long, 1 to 8 pages long. So it is very nice to be able to go through it. And really the way you could read it, I read the whole thing cover to cover, but the way you could read it, if you desired to, would just to pick, just to go through the chapters one by one, pick it, and then read it until you understand the topic. And again, like these are simple topics, but there's a lot of topics, so it becomes very complex once you add that there's so many different ways of interpreting law, apparently. Of different, they call them canons, I believe. But this was very interesting for someone that knows next to nothing about law. Reading it was very, it doesn't go overboard. It seems like it was talking about very complicated stuff, or at least it seemed like a nice introduction for someone, for the layman. So I do, highly recommend it. It is a bit lengthy. I mean, I believe it's something like 500 pages. But it reads very well for, again, a law book. It is written by Scalia and Garner, so it does take a textualist perspective, and I guess that there's a bunch of other perspectives. I'm going to butcher the word, but like purposivist and something like that. But there's other perspectives on how to interpret law, and obviously they're taking the textualist position. They don't try to hide their bias. They make that very clear that this is the perspective we are taking when we interpret law. This is why we support that perspective. This is why we recommend that perspective over other perspectives. They make it very clear where they are coming from. And I really appreciate that they clarify in depth. This is what they want, but there are other ways of doing it. This is why they think they're right, and they're very open about that. But I don't know, not much else to say. I highly recommend it, and if anything, it made me learn that I know, like any introductory book I read, it makes you realize you know less than you think you know. But I just can't get over how easy it reads for what is a very complicated topic, which is law. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.